Why does my email program keep prompting for my password? So this is one of those things where, yeah, every once in a while, I think we've all run into this. I know I have. You're running an email program, and by that I mean something like Outlook or Thunderbird or even Windows Mail, and you enter your credentials, and it asks for your credentials again. You enter your credentials, or just your password, and it asks you again, and again, and again. There's a very, very common reason. Why does my email program keep prompting for my password? When your email program starts repeatedly asking for your password, it's a sign of a problem. Most of the time, it's a simple problem. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is AskLeo.com. Question. I have and use, on occasion, Microsoft Outlook as a default mail program. When I go to use the program, the login menu comes up and asks me for my password. In my settings, I checked Remember Password. I click OK, and the damned thing keeps coming back and back and back each time I click OK. How can one stop this? After about a dozen or so clicking on OK, and it will leave me alone for a short while. That's Outlook's way of saying something's wrong. I kid you not, that's all. In fact, it's a very common technique. Many email programs keep asking you for your password even if you specified it correctly, and specified that it should be remembered. They just do a really, really bad job at telling you why they keep asking. Summary. The most common cause is specifying an incorrect password. Two-factor authentication can interfere. An account hack could mean your password is no longer valid. Just about anything that causes a login to fail can result in this behavior. The most common cause. By far, the most common cause is excruciatingly simple. You entered your password incorrectly. Don't scoff, and don't assume that this couldn't happen to you. From what I see, this is the single most common reason that your email program repeatedly asks for your password. First, check the caps lock key on your keyboard. That's often the cause. You think you're typing a really great password when in fact you're typing in a really great password with the case reversed, which is most certainly not the same thing. Verify your password by logging into your email service's web interface. If that fails, you probably need to initiate a password recovery process to set a new password. The bottom line is simple. Most of the time, the problem is just getting the password wrong. Make sure it works elsewhere, and make sure you're typing it in properly. Two-factor authentication can cause it. One of the newer causes in recent years is the addition of two-factor authentication. If you enable two-factor or multi-factor authentication on your email account, it's likely that your email program has no way to provide that second factor or even ask you for it. Some recent email programs hand off the authentication to the email provider. For example, rather than storing your password itself, Thunderbird might have you interact directly with Google to authenticate your Gmail account. This approach supports two-factor authentication. Unfortunately, older email programs can't do that. Even specifying the right email address and password isn't enough, since there's no way to specify the required second factor. The result is that password box gets displayed over and over and over again. Most email services that support two-factor authentication also support something called an app password. This is a password you let the service generate for you and is used when logging into a program or service that can't support two-factor. You need to check with your email provider to see if it falls into this category. An account hack can cause it. If you attempt to log into your email account using the web interface and you're absolutely certain that your email address and password have been entered correctly but you still can't log in, your password is not what you think it is. Either you've forgotten your actual password or someone changed your password while you weren't looking. For people who have had their email account hacked, repeatedly asking for and rejecting your password is often the first symptom. If you can't log into the web interface because it says your password is wrong, it's not your email program that's at fault here. You have bigger problems. Less common possibilities. When you check or send email, email programs such as Outlook connect to your email server and present it with your account ID and password. If the mail server rejects the connection for any reason, Many mail programs will present the password dialog with no additional explanation. The program is essentially saying, I couldn't log in, the password must be wrong, even when it's not. The list of things that could be wrong is long and varied. Here are some things to check. The mail server itself could be having problems. This isn't something you can fix. See if you can find online status from your email service provider. Typically, this just goes away after a while. In the email program's configuration, the POP3 or IMAP server name you provided could be wrong. In the email program's configuration, the SMTP server name you have provided could be wrong. In the email program's configuration, you could have provided the wrong user ID or mistyped it. Your internet connection could be down or having problems. A firewall could be blocking your attempts to connect to your mail server. This is also common if you specify an incorrect password too many times. And lots of other reasons. And of course, there's always malware to consider as well. But the important thing to realize is this is not the email program's failure to remember your password. Instead, it's the email program's inability to connect and authenticate with your email service provider. And most of the time, it's because the password you've entered is wrong. For links related to this article or to leave a comment, visit askleo.com/4495. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is AskLeo.com. Thanks for watching.